Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Afghan's Cricket World. Well, yesterday it was a fascinating match between South Africa and Australia, where it was anticipated to be quite a close game, but it was not to be, as South Africa totally outplayed Australia in all three departments of the game, and it was you can call it a hammering handed out by the South Africans to the Australians. So South Australia had won the toss. They decided to field first, but that's what they did not do. They dropped as many as 6 catches and were totally were not their usual best in the field. South Africa started off on a very impressive note with Quinton de Kock playing a fantastic innings along with Temba Bavuma, and both the openers got off to a steady and start. And although Bavuma got out holding out, but it was Quinton de Kock who made his second consecutive century of the tournament, and he was in imperious form. He played an impressive innings of 108, and he looked in brilliant pressure form. And he was well supported by Aiden Markram, who continued his great game form against Sri Lanka, and he continued his great run in this match as well. He scored 56. But at one stage, it looked as if South Africa might just get to 350 odd runs, but Australia somehow pulled it together in the last few overs, and they restricted them to 311 for 7. And it looked as if South Africa were 30-40 runs short. And in the modern game, this score of 311 for 7 is not much of a difficult target to chase. But Australians, well, they looked a little jaded because their bowling was. Their spin bowling was rather a little out of sorts, while they pulled it back with the ball in the last few games with the last few overs with Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins restricting the opposition, and also Mitchell Starc. But their fielding was quite questionable. They dropped 6 catches and they were absolutely clueless in the field. So when they turned to game to bat, they lost their openers, David Warner and Steve Smith in a hurry. David Warner and Mitchell Marsh in a hurry. Steve Smith looked to play some good catchy shots, but he was legged before in quite a controversial circumstances to Kagiso Rabada. But none of the Australian batsmen offered any kind of resistance, apart from Marnus Labuschagne, who stuck around for some 46 odd runs and tail bagged little, with Mitchell Starc having him company. But in the end, Australia were bundled out for just 177, which might be called a big hammering by 124 runs. Not since 1992 have Australia lost 2 consecutive games in the opening matches, so this is a big cause of concern for them. They look jaded in all 3 departments of the game, and their batting, apart from Steve Smith and to some extent Marnus Labuschagne, is not looking that great. They are also missing the services of Travis Head, who can give them explosive starts at the start of the innings. So this is a cause of concern for them. Their bowling also looks ill-disciplined, with Mitchell Starc not in his usual best, while apart from Josh Hazlewood, their bowling is not really up to the mark. Their spinners, Adam Zampa and Glenn Maxwell, although Glenn Maxwell bowled a bit better yesterday, but Adam Zampa totally lacked a bit of control. So they will have to make amends because of much tougher games coming up in the next few weeks. So it will be a big test for the Australians to get up from this hammering, because they look. But don't write off Australia as yet. You write off them at your own peril, because they have the ability to bounce back big in big tournaments. So let's hope for that we see better results from Australia. But as far as South Africa is concerned, they are clicking in all 3 departments of the game, and their batting firing at all cylinders, but also their faster bowlers, and especially Kagiso Rabada, their premier fast bowler, is picking up key wickets, and that is a big it's a big relief for them, for the South Africans. They are clicking in all cylinders and they look good, and they might just break their semi-final, their chokers curse, or might not, but they still are doing pretty well going in the bigger matches in the tournament. So they have got 2 out of 2, and Australia have lost 2 out of 2. So now it's going to be, the tournament is well open up after the first all the teams have now played 2 games each, and it's New Zealand, South Africa, and Pakistan and India are unbeaten so far after 2 games, and they look set to make this tournament a great one. And today we have New Zealand taking on Bangladesh. Let's hope that New Zealand continue their unbeaten run. Let's see if our Bangladesh can have a spring up their step and improve from the game and the hammering they got against England. So let's hope for another great game of cricket, and we will see back with more videos.